Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who arrived in Samarkand late on Thursday evening, just ahead of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Council of Head of States meeting, where he will come face-to-face with the Chinese President Xi Jinping for the very first time since April 2020, the LAC standoff. This will also be Prime Minister Modi's first meeting with the Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif.
So what is being said that several key decisions for mutual cooperation are likely to be taken up and adopted for cooperation in areas of trade, economy, culture and even tourism.
So this SCO is also focused on practical cooperation to deal with terror. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Xi Jinping are meeting for the first time in the post-COVID world at the 22nd Council of Heads of State of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization in Samarkand.
So trade and geopolitics will be on the agenda when Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be holding those bilateral meetings with the Russian President Vladimir Putin and during a regional summit in Uzbekistan's Samarkand. Now, what is being said that the Russian President will also be going to participate in the forthcoming Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. Prime Minister Modi has also arrived there. And what is being said as far as the two leaders who earlier spoke to each other in July and reviewed the implementations of the decisions that were taken during President Putin's visit to India in December 2021. But this is the first in-person SCO Summit since 2019. That will be watched very closely for the possibility of a bilateral meeting on the sidelines with the Chinese President, the Russian President and with the Pakistan Prime Minister among the leaders who are attending this event. Let me go across to Srinjoy. Srinjoy, good morning. The Prime Minister has landed. Just take us through today's program.
Well, of course, the most important thing coming up and we know about it certainly is the bilateral with Russian President Vladimir Putin. That is right after lunch, and that will be the first bilateral that's going to take place. After that, two more bilaterals are definitely taking place. One is with the host, the Uzbek president, and right after that will be with the Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi. Now, these two are definitely happening after the Putin meeting. The question is he going to meet Xi Jinping? Now, there is no formal bilateral meeting in place, but since they will be in the same place at the same time, in the same room, it is entirely possible that there can be a pull aside or even an informal meeting. We don't know about it as yet. The government has not informed us. But it has to be said that considering so much effort was made to ensure that PP15 got sorted out just before this bilateral, it is entirely possible that such a meeting, whether it's an informal meeting, whether it's a pull aside, will take place. We don't know for sure. But we can imagine that if two people have gone all that distance and they are in the same room at the same time, a pull aside or an informal meeting would be possible. So we will wait and see what happens during the day. Okay. The big meeting, of course, the SCO Summit is before lunch. There are two parts of it. The first is a restricted air time, which is when perhaps this meeting with Xi Jinping could take place. The other will be a more open meeting right after that, after which there is the lunch, and we know when the three meetings after that take place. As far as Shehbaz Sharif is concerned, there is nothing planned. But again, when they come face to face, it is entirely possible.
That's right. And Srinjoy, yesterday in the MEA briefing as well, the suspense over these meetings continued because even as these questions were asked, they said that we're not ruling it out but can't confirm anything as yet. So a lot of focus is, of course, going to be on this meeting with Shehbaz Sharif as well as Xi Jinping, if that really happens. Thank you so much for joining us with those details. Of course, this remains a key focus all through the day as developments take place.